Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Redis Cache and cache in general as it's seen from the AzStudio API point of view. So Redis Cache is a server that takes small pieces of memory and caches it for multiple servers or multiple web services or even multiple workers, whatever you've got deployed in your PaaS environment. For the most part, by default, AzStudio uses this caching technology for session management. There are fallbacks, and we'll describe those when we talk about session management in later episodes. So let's talk about configuring Redis Cache shortcuts and connections. This is actually a pretty simple process because the APIs that we use are actually simpler. The first thing you do is you come in and create your shortcut name. This is a little bit backwards from our other configuration processes, but that's because we don't have that much data to enter. So we have a cache name of sessions here. That's the only one that we ask for by default. Next, we'll go and open up our Redis Cache connections. For each environment and for each cache shortcut that you've created, you'll need to create a connection string. So we map directly from an environment and a shortcut to a connection string. There isn't any intermediary here because it's just not necessary. Essentially, you can share this connection string across multiple cache types if you like, but at the end of the day, it's all environment driven. Of course, your cache connections are encrypted at rest, and as you can see here, we're actually, if you look at the encryption, you can see here we're actually sharing or multiplexing one server connection. That shows the power of the configuration system. You don't have to have a sessions server for each environment or each deployment of the app even. These servers can handle a lot of traffic, and you're not pushing a lot of data back and forth for each transaction. So you can really pull up your resources here through our configuration management. And of course, it wouldn't be an API coverage by AzStudio if we didn't have a way to test it before our programmers looked at it. So let's just do a real quick test here. And what we've done there is read and written 100 values out of the selected cache on the left. Let's do that for all 4 of our caches. We're also demonstrating something of the speed that these things work at. There we go. And there was 400 cache operations in a row. Once you've completed this test, you're probably pretty confident that your caching mechanism for your server farm is operational and can handle whatever load you want to place against it. And of course, manual test lets you test this manually. You can have multiple instances of the manual test dialog and play with the data going back and forth. Should you have an issue with, say, cache bleeding or what you think is cache data loss, you can use the manual test to troubleshoot that particular issue. And believe it or not, that's all you need to do to set up caching. You give the cache shortcut to the programmers, they use the AzStudio APIs, and really not much else to do. Pretty easy. Thanks for watching.